Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now, hey now. Hey now, hey now. Hey now, hey now. Hour number 4 of the line, Talk 995, talk995.com, Mclain and the YouTube. Look at this. Let me show you. Well, I guess there's no point in doing that. I was going to show my phone to you on the camera on how to get to the YouTube channel, but if you're watching it, it means you're already on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah. That
So
was a
I'm not
good
gonna do
try.
that.
I mean, your intentions were very good.
They were. But let's run a test. This is for our 1 o'clock people. All right. So if you hit the YouTube button on your phone, everybody do this together. Hit the YouTube button on your phone, okay? Go to the search tab. We're all doing this together, so I'm gonna give you a second. Pull up YouTube on your phone. All right, you got it. Everybody got it? Got it? Hit the little magnifying glass in the top right corner. All right. When you do that, it's going to bring up search bar. When the search bar comes up, type in talk, TALK, space, 99.5, space, TV. You got it? You in the search bar? Type in talk, 99.5, TV. Got it? Click search. And then boom, there it is. It brings up at the very top of the screen, it'll bring up a logo and it'll say Real Talk 99.5 TV. Hit that little logo and it takes you to our channel. And at the very top is the live stream. It says live down in the corner. Click that box and boom, you're on the live stream. Once you do that, I want you to go to the little chat. Go to the little chat right there and type, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now,
And hit the like.
and hit the like button. If you want to do like Trucker Bobby, do hey now and put a bunch of J's in it. Remember, we have to restart this stream every hour. So if you were watching last hour and the stream ended, you just got to back out, refresh, and all that kind of stuff. But I want to see how many 1 o'clock people will jump into the YouTube channel. I just watched the number go up by 20 people. All right. So there you go. Y'all keep it up. Go to the YouTube channel, get in there, type in hey now, hey now, hey now. Bob Cook, Leslie, Trucker Bobby, George, Chris, TJ, Jennifer, Darren, Trent. Look at everybody. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Y'all keep typing it in. Keep getting those numbers up. I want to see how high I can get those numbers. I want Leland numbers in there. That's what I want.
Dang, you're ambitious.
Give me them Leland numbers, Culls. Talk 99.5 TV. Search it on YouTube and get yourself locked on in. Kicking the can down the road. That's kind of been the theme today. Previous presidents have absolutely kicked the can down the road, and that's why we're where we are now. And Trump is a problem solver. He's solving problems. Even in other parts in the world, to think about Nigeria, 20 Christians dead in Nigeria in the latest attack on their Christian community. It's happening every single day. And Trump is paying attention to that issue, and even Nicki Minaj, who is talked to Donald Trump and says, "Hey, this is a very important issue. Would you please concentrate on that?" They're making moves. They're taking out of drug lords in Ecuador. What happened in Venezuela? Like there's so many different moving parts. These are problems that have persisted across the world for so long, and no president's been willing to do it. Why? Because they were scared of what you hear from some Trump supporters saying that that Trump's losing them or that they're not going to support Trump. I even saw Nick Fuentes come out and he's like, I'm voting Democrat. I want to destroy the Republican Party. Trump has lied to me about everything." It's like, dude, Tucker Carlson used to say Nick Fuentes, he thought he was a Fed, and I'm starting to wonder if that's not true. That Nick Fuentes builds this big persona where he's like, you know, the what does he call himself? Um, a Wayne Gaff. I think he calls himself a Wayne Gaff. I'll let you figure out what that acronym is. But builds himself up as this big America First guy, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I'm voting Democrat." It's like, come on, dude, give me a break. But don't waver, man. Just stick with it, man. We're doing what's right in this country, and the leadership is doing what's right. We just gotta be able to see that and not
Stay the course.
stay the course, man. Stay the course. I need to talk about the new chosen supreme leader. I'll give that to you in a moment, but first let me jump into the NYPD headquarters in New York City, where they're holding a press conference on that bombing that happened on Saturday in front of the governor's mansion with the ISIS related terrorists with the bombs that didn't go off. You've seen this story already. Let's dip into that just for a moment.
In particular, the heads of our National Security and International Narcotics Unit, Eleanor Tarlow and Jason Richmond, and our line U.S. attorneys, who I don't think have slept, which is why we are here so quickly, Jonathan Bodonsky and Jane Chong. Thank you all very much. I'll now turn it over to Director Barnacle.
Director Barnacle sounds like somebody from SpongeBob.
That's exactly what
U.S.
I was
Attorney
thinking.
Clayton. My name is James Barnacle. I'm the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's New York Field Office. Today, alongside our partners in New York City Police Department and the Southern District of New York, our office has announced federal terrorism charges against Amir Balat and Ibrahim Kayumi. On Saturday, March 7th, these two individuals allegedly threw one suspicious device and attempted to throw another during a protest outside Gracie Mansion. As the commissioner noted, if it weren't for the bravery of two New York's finest, we could have had a much more tragic incident. Yesterday, on Sunday, March 8th, a third device was recovered from a vehicle on East End Avenue. Upon careful analysis by NYPD bomb techs and FBI special agent bomb technicians, it was determined that these items were improvised explosive devices, IEDs, designed to inflict serious injury and death to those in the vicinity of the intended blast zone. Both subjects have stated they were inspired by ISIS, a designated terrorist organization, to conduct this attack. Balat and Kayumi sought to incite fear and mass suffering through this alleged attempted terror attack in the backyard of an elected city official. This weekend was just another example of the elevated threat environment we're currently living in. Let me be clear. The FBI will not tolerate those who use violence against targets in New York City to broadcast their terroristic ideologies. This would not have been possible. The outcome we're talking about today would not have been possible without the FBI's New York Joint Terrorism Task Force, led by Special Agent in Charge Rob Kassane. Our Special Agent Bob technicians, as well as our partners at the NYPD and the Southern District of New York. I would like to thank Commissioner Jessica Tisch for your department's unwavering partnership, and especially for the bravery of your officers who ran towards danger to protect this city and our residents. Thank you, U.S. Attorney Clayton, for your team's determination to bring weighty criminal charges against these defendants and hold them accountable for the reprehensible actions from this past weekend. Additionally, I'd like to extend my appreciation to the Customs and Border Protection, the Port Authority Police Department, the New York State Police, Homeland Security Investigations.
Okay,
as
so
well as the FBI
I guess he's just
divisions
going to go through, thanking all people and whatever. The suspect, as we noted earlier, and I kind of gave you all the info that I think they're putting out here, that he said he was affiliated with ISIS. Both had traveled to the Middle East and trained. And he noted that he watched ISIS propaganda on his phone all the time. And that's what prompted them to do what they did. And I can't stress enough, as Chief FBI New York Assistant Director in Charge James Barnacle from Bikini Bottom said that if it weren't for the bravery of these NYPD officers, that this would have been a much different story. We would be talking about a terrorist attack that happened in New York City that killed multiple people. That would have been the leading story today, all day long. And sadly, sadly or not, this story will likely fade very soon because there was no death. But it needs to be talked about and it needs to be brought up because this is not the end of the road for stuff like that. Like these people are in our country. They were been, whether these guys were in the country legally or not, I'm not even sure at this point. But there have been so many terrorists and just generally bad people that have been let into the country over the past few years that this kind of stuff can happen at any time. The DOJ says that these suspects wanted to conduct a bombing that was bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing. The suspect said on the Boston Marathon bombing, he said there was only 3 deaths. I wanted much more than that. So federal charges have been filed in the Southern District of New York. Terrorism charges. We'll see how that pans out. She's currently taking questions, so we'll get to that in due time. A couple of things real quick that I need to get to. One, Iran has announced that it's chosen a new supreme leader, and it is, as was speculated early on, Khamenei's son, who is an Islamist hardliner, as you can imagine. That it's just, it's not much of a change. And Donald Trump essentially came out even before this decision was made. He said, no, you don't need to do that. He said, first of all, this guy's a lightweight. He's a chump. He's not going to be able to handle it. But also, it puts him at the top of the kill list. So how long is this guy going to last? If I was him, if I was Khamenei's son, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. He's already had his family killed in airstrikes. I think his wife and his kids are dead, based on, where they were located when these strikes happened. It says, Daily Mail says that they've vote to appoint a leadership has taken place, and the leader has been chosen. Al-Hada added that the body's secretariat said they were going to name it, blah, 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 blah. Reporting suggests Khamenei's son, 56-year-old Motaba Khamenei, is the odds favorite. Okay, that's already been. And Khamenei was reportedly injured in an airstrike, but survived. He is reportedly even more extreme and violent than his wicked father, which would be awful news for the people of Iran. One can argue that a possible reason for his vile views and actions is that he's attempting to compensate for his own inadequacies. Is that how you say it? Inadequacies.
Yes, there we go.
Inadequacies.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is. And you may ask yourself, Andrew, what are his inadequacies? Say it.
Inadequacies.
Yeah. Andrew, what are his inadequacies? Well, as the New York Post notes, this Khamenei, we'll call him Khamenei Jr., because I don't really know how to pronounce his first name, was treated for impotency so severe that he had to be hospitalized on several occasions. He traveled to the UK because he couldn't get his wiener working. This came after trying to have sex with his wife for months. He had to be Boy, if you're hospitalized for ED, that's a serious case, my friend.
A little blue pill ain't gonna work for you.
But when you, when your wife's got her face covered up, it's kind of like. He even went through 2 so-called temporary marriages so he could practice having sexual intercourse.
Oh, my God.
Imagine him pitching that idea. So, honey, I think I really need to practice with other girls to see if I can get this right. New York Post said the son of Iran's slain supreme leader Khamenei, who is reportedly the favorite to succeed his father, blah, 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 was treated for impotency so severe that he had to be hospitalized numerous times. He's 56. He underwent several stints of treatment at the Wellington and Cromwell hospitals in London after having a hard time conceiving with his wife. The regime hardliner, this was in the late 2000s, by the way, when this happened, or when the report came out. The regime hardliner was reportedly so soft that he checked into the clinics at least 4 times, including a stay that lasted 2 months before he was finally able to knock up his wife. The ordeal also came after he went through 2 temporary marriages allowed under Islamic law, so men and women can have non-committal sex in good religious standing. Well, what a perverted religion is this, by the way? I mean, imagine you're like, yeah, I like that religion where I can just like practice sex with other women and then have 72 virgins when I die. It seems like you got your priorities out of whack. But he just wanted some practice in the sack. So anyway, that's all minor details. At the end of the day, he's going to be on a kill list. And when they take him out with a missile, they're probably going to, John Bird, they'll probably make a documentary out of him. They could name it Die Hard.
That's a good one.
I'm just saying. Starring Khamenei Jr. in Die Hard 6. How many Die Hards are there?
There's like 3, maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3. So Die Hard 4. Khamenei gets it on with practice sex. That was chaotic. What was going on there? That was extremely chaotic.
It was two computers at once breaking down.
No offense to Petunia, though. No offense.
No, she has nothing to do with it.
How about that? Anyway, real quick, I got to fly through this. But yeah, so Kamini Jr.'s got a broken peen, or maybe they've fixed it by now. Who knows? One thing I can tell you is that dude didn't go to Alabama Men's Clinic. That's for damn sure, because he wouldn't have been in the hospital for 2 months if he'd have gone to Alabama Men's Clinic. These guys that get you fixed up in no time. Could have been an issue with low T, but I don't know if they may not even know what testosterone is over in the Middle East. Here in Alabama, over in Homewood, right off of Highway 31, Jeremy and the guys over at Alabama Men's Clinic, they do. They know how to get you back in the sack, in action, better than ever. I'm telling you, your sex life will be better than you could have ever imagined. You may be in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s or your 60s and think, man, sure wish I could do it like I was in my 20s. Well, guess what? You can, baby. I got the solution. Many, many different treatments for a lot of different things. It could be you got ED, or you're just tired and sluggish all the time, or you're looking for a little enhancement, if you know what I'm saying. To come off as a little more impressive, they've got treatments for that as well. You would be amazed at all the different things. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed or any of this. These guys deal with it every day. They use these treatments themselves. They know they work. They know how to implement them, and they're there for you. If you ever need to call them at night and say, "Hey, I got this question about this, that, and the other," they're gonna pick up the phone. It's not like a doctor's office where you got to call and then wait 3 or 4 days for somebody to call you back. You don't even have to sit there and wait on appointments, man. You can go in anytime. You can walk in. You don't even have to have an appointment. They'll find a way to squeeze you in, but it's easier if you go just alabamamensclinic.com, get you an appointment there. Take you 30 seconds to sign up. Guys, do it, man. I'm telling you, it's going to change the game for you. 205-598-7000. 205-598-7000. Online, alabamamensclinic.com. alabamamensclinic.com. So real quick, couple things. Last week, there was a protester. He's actually a Marine. He's an anti-war Marine veteran at a Senate Armed Services Committee that stood up in the middle of it and started yapping about Israel taking us to war and that this is awful, this, that, and the other. I tried to look in to see who this guy was. He's Brian McGinnis. He is apparently running for election to the U.S. Senate in North Carolina as a Green Party candidate. And as soon as they said Green Party, I was like, okay, that's why he's whacked out. I think he broke his arm in the scuffle to get out. He got his arm wedged in the door. But I'm seeing this over and over, even with, Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson. I love Tucker Carlson. I like Megyn Kelly, but they're just hardliners on this idea that Israel is the one that's taking us to war. And I understand the sentiment, and I understand the influence that Israel has had over leaders past, but I don't believe that to be the case now. Trump actually came out in an interview with ABC. He said Tucker has lost his way. I knew that a long time ago, and he's not MAGA. MAGA is saving our country. MAGA is making our country great again. MAGA is America first. Tucker is none of those things, and Tucker is really not smart enough to understand that. And that's just Trump talking in Trump terms. Like, if Tucker were to change his mind about where he stood on this issue, Donald Trump would bring him right back in. Tucker, again, I love Tucker. He's been, one of Donald Trump's biggest allies all along the way, but he's just splitting on him. But I do have to give a nod to Tucker Carlson. He was asked by Oliver Darcy about the comments about how he's lost his way and he's not MAGA. And Tucker responded by saying, quote, "There are times I get annoyed with Trump, right now definitely included, but I'll always love him no matter what he says about me." And I thought, good for you, Tucker, because he understands this is just bait for the left. I thought, that's good. But there is an aspect of this to where some people are losing their way. And I've got it kind of crammed in my brain where I just want to lay it all out for you guys. I was gonna do it, but I'm out of time, so I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. It's essentially just going to today's theme. I'm basically sick of hearing complaints from alleged MAGA people about Donald Trump bombing Iran and engaging in the Iranian conflict on behalf of Israel. And I just want to I just want to lay out my thoughts in kind of one big piece. Um, I'll do that tomorrow, but we have a wheel of segments to get to, and we're going to do that and much more on this edition of The Line. And we got a back timer. There we go. Back after this. It says forget that, but actually in the original it's the F word. As F that.
Oh, F that.
Yeah, but I had to get the clean version.
So it's like frog that, frog that,
freak
like
that. Freak that. I don't need that. By the way, a little bit of announcement related to you being out Thursday, Friday, and Monday. We tried to pull this off as much as we could. I don't know what to expect on a producer for Thursday and Friday, but I just got word that on Monday, your last day out, the one and only Carrie Adams is
All
going to be
right.
my producer.
Yes. My boy.
So me and Carrie are going to get to reunite for the first time since he left. And I like that because I feel like Carrie deserves his flowers that he didn't really get to have, because we never made an announcement or anything like that. His last day was on a Monday. And because I wanted to surprise the audience with you that Tuesday, we didn't say anything about that being Carrie's last day. So I'm glad I'll have at least one day to bring him back in here and thank him on air for, his role in getting you back up here, because he did us.
I owe him big time.
Big time. Yeah, we all owe him big time. I don't think he's not the type of guy that would cash that in, thankfully. But if he ever needs me to quit my job for some reason, I guess I just have to oblige.
What?
It said if he ever needs me to quit my job to benefit him.
Yeah, if he probably wants you to. I mean, if he wants you to join his wife's law firm or something like that,
Could
absolutely.
Be. Maybe he does. Maybe he wants me to run some rental properties, or who knows?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Who knows? Ernest Financial, retireWithErnest.com, retireWithErnest.com. For those of you that are 55 or older and you got over 50K in that retirement of yours, come on, baby. Get with it, man. Cost you nothing. They don't get fees from you. They just help get your retirement secure and make sure it's all together. I'm going to do a lot of hand motions like Gavin Newsom. So call Retire with Ernest. And let them know that you heard it from me, that they can make you lots of money and that they can make a plan, an outline for your retirement. How did I do?
I was riveted.
Seriously, though, this is about preserving your retirement, and with what's going on in the Middle East and all across the world, the markets are going to be crazy. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to take your money and just lock it in and make sure you're not losing money with your 401k, your 403bs and IRAs and everything else? That's what they do at Ernest Financial, and there's probably never been a more important time in recent memory than right now to go ahead and do this. So make sure you reach out to them, let them know I sent you, and go ahead and get that retirement locked in. 833-596-7233. Write that number down, and if you can, I'm about to give you the website. 833-596-7233, and online, retirewithernest.com. That's retirewithernest.com. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Wheel of Segments.
Dumb ways to die.
Yes, yes.
Head out.
Set fire to your hair, poke a stick at a grizzly bear, eat medicine that's out of date, use your private parts as piranha bait. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die.
Dumb ways to die. A Wheel of Segments classic.
Oh man, it's always one of my favorites.
It is a classic. And up first on this one, headline reads, people are meditating inside coffins in Japan.
Huh?
gaze at life through being conscious of death, they say. Finally, some rest in peace. What started as a quirky offering from a funeral home in Japan's Chiba Prefecture has blossomed into a full-blown trend among Japan's Zen seekers. Coffin lying, or the practice of meditating inside a coffin, is giving people a safe, if a rather claustrophobic space to contemplate their mortality or just recharge. While coffin lounges might sound gimmicky to Americans, the concept of kuyo, which translates to memorial service, is a well-established part of Japanese culture. You see, not only do they look the same, the words look the same.
They do not. Japanese women are very, very cute.
And helps explain the national tradition of embracing the fragility of life and the beauty of death. Coffin lying has also risen amid a period of record high suicide rates among Japanese youth. Oh, interesting. It's like, hey, instead of offing yourself, why don't you just lay in a coffin and pretend for a minute?
Really?
Prompting people to get creative with mental health advocacy. Businesses promoting their coffin lying services have said this kind of meditation is useful for people who want to spend time alone to ease their nerves. The trend has officially grown big enough that there are 3 different coffin options to accommodate different personalities. If a plain wooden box doesn't calm your nervous system, perhaps you'll find the cute coffins at a newly opened Tokyo spa, Misu Kukan Kanoki, in more soothing. Designed by a company called Grave Tokyo, these colorfully decorated caskets are meant to facilitate a meditation experience where you can gaze at life through being conscious of death in style. Customers have options of how they want their 30 minutes, their 30-minute $13 session to go. It's only $13. Naturally, there's the choice between an open or closed casket, but they can also opt for healing tunes, a video projected on the ceiling, or total silence and stillness. Grave Tokyo designer and custom coffin maker Mikako Fuse has said that her fanciful approach to funerary wares help people see that death is bright and not so scary, but it's also intended to be a reminder of why life is worth living. In 2024, she hosted a workshop at the Kyoto University in which she invited students to participate in a coffin experience intended to change their ideas about death and encourage a desire to live. Some of the students who gave Fuse's coffins a try told Japanese newspaper Mainichi that the simulation was an opportunity to reflect on myself and reset my worries, and that it made the fear of death disappear, and I felt a stronger desire to live.
No way. No. I mean, is it closed? Did they say?
You've got the option.
No. Now, you see, I mean, there's something at Six Flags when they do that little winter thing, and they actually will close you up in a coffin.
Yeah, I don't need that.
You know, I mean, yeah, maybe the Japanese people like that.
Maybe they do. Next up, I got to move fast. Georgia high school teacher dies after being run over by a teen in a prank gone wrong. That is awful, awful. So this was, and as teenagers, as high schoolers, we all pull pranks. This one cost the life of a beloved teacher. It says a Georgia teenager is facing a homicide charge after running over a high school teacher in an attempt to flee the scene of a prank on Friday night. Jaden Ryan Wallace, who's 18, is charged with first-degree vehicular homicide, reckless driving, criminal trespass, and littering, according to a statement from the Hall County Sheriff's Office. Wallace was allegedly with 4 other people when they rolled the trees with toilet paper outside a North Hall High School teacher's residence. Oh, can you imagine? Like, you're just doing something as innocent as rolling your teacher's house.
Oh, my God.
The group got into 2 vehicles when Jason Hughes, a math teacher, exited the house. Quote, as Wallace began driving his pickup truck on Northgate Drive, Hughes tripped and fell into the road and was run over by the vehicle.
Oh, man.
That's awful. The teen stopped and attempted to help Hughes after he was hit. Deputies arrived at the scene at 11:40 p.m., and Hughes was taken to the hospital by the fire department. Hughes, who's 40 years old, died at the hospital. The Hall County Sheriff's Office said that the incident is still under investigation, and the other 4 people involved have been charged with criminal trespass and littering. There was no court record for Wallace's case as of Sunday, and it is unclear whether he has retained an attorney. Inmate records showed he was still in police custody as of yesterday morning. The superintendent said the district was heartbroken over Hughes' death and praying for the family.
I mean, it's got to be manslaughter.
Man, what a tough situation, because you got the kids that are just rolling a teacher's house, and usually if you're rolling, like, that's probably a teacher you like, or is a teacher that's not going to, like, make a big deal about it, would actually find it funny. And so the teacher comes out to confront the kids, and maybe not even in an aggressive way, but as a, hey, I caught you. And as they're speeding off, the teacher trips and falls into the road. He trips, falls into the road, and gets run over that way. It wasn't as if the kids were targeting him or anything.
Okay. I don't. What do you think?
I mean, it's an accident, but at the same time, how does the law lay out in that? You know, vehicular homicide, involuntary manslaughter, you know. I mean, you can say if you weren't rolling the house, then this would have never happened, but we've all done it.
Man, that's horrible. Ooh, that's horrible.
That's an awful one. And last but not least, moving quickly here, headline out of Los Angeles, man dies from gruesome self-mutilation, including cutting off his own penis.
I knew it. I knew that was coming.
On a busy downtown street.
Oh, my gosh. She was doing it in front of people.
And an incident occurred around 3:40 a.m.
Oh, man.
Near the L.A. Convention Center. LAPD officers responded to reports of a man cutting himself and found him in the middle of self-mutilation. They found somebody suffering from self-mutilation, according to Officer Jeff Lee. The individual was cutting himself and bleeding. The man, whose identity has not been made public, was pronounced dead at the scene for blood loss. Eyewitness accounts and freelance journalists from On Scene TV described a nightmarish scene by saying, shocking horror in downtown L.A. Man dies after savagely cutting off his own penis in bloody self-mutilation spree. In a gruesome incident that has left Los Angeles reeling, a man tragically died early Saturday morning after inflicting severe self-harm in downtown L.A. The man had reportedly stripped off his clothing while staggering towards a nearby 7-Eleven before collapsing in the pool of his own blood. Bloody clothing was scattered across the sidewalk. Authorities quickly put a white tent over the body to shield it from the public, but graphic footage from the scene revealed extensive bloodstains and a large wound in the groin area. No motive reported. Toxicology results are still pending. The incident is a tragic example of the dire consequences of California's soft on crime policies under Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, who've allowed mental illness, and addiction to spiral out of control, because you got to imagine that is you don't cut your own peen off unless you got a mental health situation. And they've done nothing about it, but they have done something about it. They've made it worse.
Maybe it was about a young lady that, unrequited love. Because remember, Vincent Van Gogh cut his ear off.
Yeah.
That would have been a better choice, though.
What did he do with it? Did he, mail it to her or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to mail your peen to somebody.
No.
That would be weird.
And you cut your ear off, it's like, ow, 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 it's bleeding, and then you put a little pad on it, and everything's fine. But, what do you do? Stuff toilet paper in there in the hole? Or just,
You got to ask one of these liberal trans doctors, I guess.
Man, dang.
And that's what we call a very graphic, dumb ways to die. Good Lord.
Dumb ways to die.
Brutal. Noto Roofing, NOTOroofing.com, NOTOroofing.com. Speaking of hurting yourself, I don't want that to happen to you by getting up on your roof. Don't let it happen. Get Noto to inspect your roof free of charge, complimentary roof tune-up and everything. You know Noto's the best. We had crappy weather over the weekend. Now's the best time. Go ahead and line up an appointment this week. They'll come out there, inspect it, let you know what's going on. If you got no problems, they'll tell you got no problems. If you do have problems, they'll tell you. Then you decide if you want to use them. You decide if you want to fix the problem. I would suggest you do, but you don't have to. There's no obligation, no strings attached, just letting the best roofing company out there inspect your roof. 205-848-2299 and online, notoroofing.com. All right, looking at the text line, Scott said, missed the Friday night pod. Hope you guys will be back this week. Well, John Bird's out. I don't know if we do a second pod this week. It'll have to be on Thursday because I'm going to be out of pocket Friday. But I'm going to discuss that with Tony Gump because, again, John Bird's not going to be there. If we can find a guest to come fill in for Bird, we might do it. But there's been a lot of stuff going on as of late. And so we're just, once we get over this hump of this week, we'll probably be back on schedule. But we're thinking about moving. And I haven't talked to the boys about this, so I probably shouldn't even mention it. Don't forget I said anything. I'll talk to y'all about it after I discuss it. Tracy says, you want to see me have a come apart? Yeah, we do. Oh, there's more. Hold on. She said, you want to see me have a come apart? Put me in a closed casket. Nope. Taylor says, wonder if these Japanese coffin liars comes with a happy ending like the Japanese massage parlors.
Oh no, I would not think so.
That would get,
yeah.
Get messy in a coffin.
Oh, yeah.
Trucker Bobby says, so many dumb ways to die. That's correct.
There are so many to choose from. There really are.
Craig says, self-mutilation sounds like another case of what has meth done for you lately.
Yep.
Trucker Jack says, do you think the guy who was cutting his thing off left it to the transgender organ bank? Little donation.
Oh, God.
Chuck Davis, bringing you this part of the show. If you cut your thing off and your wife wants to leave you, you might need an attorney. Seriously, divorce, custody, wills, probate, contracts, personal injury, wrongful death, slip and fall, whatever it may be, you need good representation. Chuck is that guy with the good representation. He's my attorney. 205-823-9992. 205-823-9992. Online, chuckdavislaw.com. No representation is made that the legal services provided are superior to the legal services provided by other lawyers. I'm out of here. Thank you, John Byrne. Until next time.